It's 8:17, Capital Action this morning. We're learning more about the school safety plan pitched this week by Arizona Governor Ducey. It includes millions for mental health resources, a tip line, and more school resource officers. Joining me on the phone now, live from Phoenix, is Governor Ducey. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Andrew. Good to be here this morning.
Want to talk about school safety a minute, but first the breaking news this morning, because it impacts Arizona. You know, the president, Donald Trump, threatening to veto that spending bill that was passed from the Senate because he says there's no protections for DACA in it and no money for the border wall. That's obviously an impact in Arizona. What's your reaction to this?
Well, you know, things are a mess in Washington, D.C., and things are a mess in Congress. I agree with the president. I want to see some protections with DACA. I want to see dollars for border security, but we have to keep our government running as well. So I'm going to let the president do his job and negotiate with Congress. I'm going to do my job and negotiate with the state legislature.
All right, we'll continue to follow that, Governor. Thanks for that. Now to school safety. Millions in federal and state money to address mental health resources, a big part of your plan. How important is the mental health aspect of this?
Well, school safety is a top priority in the Ducey administration. And coming back from Washington, D.C., visiting with Governor Rick Scott of Florida and hearing what they went through in Parkland through that shooting, the lessons that they learned, I thought we could come back and bring people together, parents, students, mental health advisors, law enforcement, prosecutors, school administrators, and listen to what school safety looks like for them. And we put out the Safe Arizona Schools Plan. It's at azgovernor.gov. There's a lot of details in there. Mental health, of course, is a component of this. So is a stop order where you could actually take weapons away from a Nicholas Cruz or a Jared Loeffner. Arizona will be able to act proactively. We're going to clean up our background checks. We're going to have a central tip line, and we're going to invest in resource officers so that we have some help and protection on these campuses.
There is a lot of debate about arming teachers from D.C. to Florida, here to Arizona. A lot of talk about that in Maryland. That shooting from this week, we saw a school resource officer able to get inside and shoot the shooter. What is your take on arming teachers in schools?
Well, I want to see our teachers teaching. Our teachers do a great job. I want to see our teachers get more money, and I want to have them teaching inside the classroom. That's what they do best. But I do also want to have them protected. So I think this idea of a school resource officer, which is a trained law enforcement officer, and you know, we have some ex-military inside our schools that are working there. We have former police officers. We have parents of students that are police officers. When we can work with these individuals in a volunteer basis or a substation basis so that there is someone who is trained on that campus, but our teachers signed up to teach, well, that's what they're good at. That's what I want to see them doing.
So this debate on school safety obviously really getting started now after the Florida shooting. How big of a climb do you think you have in Phoenix and really superintendents across the state when it comes to keeping our kids safe?
Well, you know, when I sat down with everyone, we had these sessions where we were able to really talk to each other about what school safety looked like. We looked at the 5 largest mass shootings in American history and said, what tools can we put together so that our, whether it's through law or rule or school design, that would make our schools safe. I think people were on the same page. I think we'll have broad agreement on this. Of course, we're going to have the proper time to discuss and debate, and the public can chime in. But my audience on this are parents, teachers, and students, along with law enforcement officials, would be shaking their head alongside mental health professionals, saying that this is a common sense plan that would keep Arizona schools, kids, and teachers safer than they are today and allow us to prevent what we've seen happen around the country.
All right, Arizona Governor Ducey, thanks for your time. We'll be right back.